Hello, my glad people. Happy Friday. Welcome back to another episode of our Glad Talks. Welcome to new glad people around here, and happy holidays to our previous glad people that probably booking their flights, their trains, or their itinerary for this upcoming summer holidays, because right now we are inside totally spring, if I'm not wrong, and heading towards summer. It's gonna be a little hot from what is actually happening, but personally, where I live at, the weather is a little bit eclectic, I dare say, because sometimes it just hails, sometimes it's just sunny, sometimes it just rains. Anyways, my dearest glad people, the weather and everything and my inner self are feeling so happy today. Hopefully, you enjoy this episode being with us because we're gonna talk about something very interesting. What is this something very interesting? We're gonna talk about get honest and the importance of being honest with yourself. So, we're gonna try, as we usually do in this our little chit chats, to discuss what it is, how do we define it from the onset, generally, not my only definition, but from my little research and what I gathered, and then we'll move on to thereby explaining bit by bit how we can relate and how we can implement it in our daily lives and our daily habits. So, before we start all this, I want to wish you guys again a very amazing holiday. And this is my natural hair for those who are interested. I just did some random natural style. I like having my fro like in a messy bun or into pompons, but this changes because it's probably maximum 2 day it will stay because of the curls and the nature of my hair. But yeah, I feel cute and I feel like I'm looking like my mom. Anyways, this is random talk. Let's get into this honesty proper. So, considering the research I've done so far, honesty is defined on this website as not my own words, and I'm not proprietary of any of the information that I am using from this website. This is their work, their research, and I just relate to it. So therefore, I'm gonna use it in the purpose of our chit chat. So it goes like this. It says, honesty is a fundamental principle that most of us have been taught from a young age. We are told that honesty is the best policy and that we should always tell the truth, right? This is something common, this is basic because we grow up knowing that we need to be honest, we need not to lie, if I dare quote it or paraphrase or rephrase it in that sense. But out of this telling the truth, what our parents, our tutor, our guardians, our entourage really intended was basically and simply to make us honest people. Not for society, not for show, but I dare say for our own benefits, for our own self esteem, self love, and to build amazing human beings as we all are. I believe we are all striving and thriving to be not only you, my glad people watching, but any other person passing through this channel and giving us a look. So, as we said, it's taught from a young age. Fundamentally, is to say, let's say, the truth and everything. Now, there's one thing and this aspect that I really want to focus on is honesty towards other, but most importantly, being honest with ourselves. Being honest with ourselves, it seems very easy, but actually it's the hardest. Because as we have the freedom of choice, we can decide, especially in this mind, I dare say, these traits that are not like physically visible, that are not tangible, but they are something from the interior, from the personality, mixed in between the emotions and how we have our own personal and different thought process. One can easily choose to or decide to not, and I dare say not, be honest towards him or herself. And that is mostly what happens in our lives. In our daily lives, you may know or you may have lived directly or indirectly situations like this where you actually and totally choose to be dishonest towards yourself and decide the truth that you want to believe into or the truth that suits or is convenient for your state of mind in that instant, in that moment, in that situation. But if we try, because no one is perfect actually, if we try every day with our little efforts, to be true to oneself, really, guys, it elevates the quality of relationships, not only with others, but with ourselves. Because taking us back on all the chats we have so far, we are laying a basis of this amazing intellect, wise, positive human beings we are trying to make ourselves to turn out to be, or we are trying to continue the work we had previously done. So in that sense, how are you gonna be improving if you can't even be honest with yourself? You need to understand that being honest with yourself comes with vulnerability. It comes with a lot of things that some of us, and I say this not only for you guys, but also from my little life experience over, in certain moments of your life, you really don't want to admit this truth to yourself. And therefore, you keep a blind eye and believe what makes you feel better or bad or good about yourself in that instance or good about the situation. But somewhere down the line, you realize this is toxic, this is not good. Some do change it because I believe it's never too late to change. First step to take is actually to admit something is wrong, and to admit something is wrong needs you to be honest with yourself. So coming back to some reasons and few reasons, let's dare say, why being honest with oneself is essential in life. Going back to our research outlet, there are many points. I will try to list them first, and we will dive deep into those which or those who are very like relatable, and you guys can propose more of these actual essential reasons why being honest with yourself is conducive and very positive for one's life. The first one is honesty creates self awareness. In what sense? You become more self aware, you understand your emotions, you understand your behaviors more clearly, and that's a very big asset. Because of what? Because of you can therefore improve. You can therefore see the areas that need improvement or the areas where you are working already diligently. And therefore you can also celebrate yourselves for those that the things that you have overcome personally, publicly, or privately. Second, honesty leads to better decision making. Why? The fact that you're self aware and you understand yourself more, not perfectly, but surely 90% more, you get to make better decisions because you know if you have a goal or project in an instant or in a long lifespan time of period, You know what you're capable to do within the time allocated to you. You also understand within yourself the efforts that you can possibly make and evaluate therefore which goal is priority and which one you think you can postpone while working on having better skills or better uh, environment to actually achieve them. So this is very, very essential for decision making. Another point is honesty builds trust. As I said, it's not only within ourselves, it's not only within with others, but mostly with us. Because when we are honest, we first and foremost build trust with ourselves. Like you trust yourself for certain things, and you know where you can be not sure 100%. So you will not engage into things or into situations where you actually know, given the fact you are practicing honesty within yourself, that you wouldn't succeed. This doesn't mean giving up on something that may be valuable or important or actually good for you. This means you can redirect the way you actually approach or want to resolve this specific thing. Therefore, in that case, you need honesty to understand that this is what is reality and this is what I am hoping for. Exactly. Then we have another point, that is it promotes personal growth. What we've been saying all along since the beginning of this chit chat. When you are self aware, you have a clear decision making and you are totally honest with yourself, of course, you see, as I said before, the areas that need improvement, and thereby you improve them and you grow. Growth is a continuous process. Even I speaking here, I feel I'm not even at like 1/4 of the work or the efforts I actually need to input, or the things I need to work better on. Not to be perfect, but to be a human being that is in the semblance, if I can say it like that, of what perfection may look like to each and every one of us, right? Also, uh, you can also be more honest with yourself. It gives you fearlessness. You gain more clarity, self reliance, and the most important one, you build healthier relationships. How do you build healthier relationships? Not only by being honest and it's soft, it takes a lot of work. But as I always had this beautiful talk with one of my close people that I consider like a big sister to me, we always say this to each other: you can't give what you don't have. So it takes work to do on yourself. And when you start doing that, mind you, when someone comes with gaslighting or things that are, let's say, I don't want to use swear words here, that are like totally not what they seem, you know, or manipulation or hypocrisy, you detect them. You may not probably know them at the moment, because if you have a honest relationship and honest feeling sentiment with yourself, that's the way you are with others. But if they don't, they may not understand that you are actually just being yourself with them. They may always think there's a second motive and may act in such a way to destroy the beautiful relationship you guys had or have built. So in that sense, being honest with oneself also improves relationship that we build with others, and it avoids misunderstanding and unnecessary problems or emotional turmoils. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's session. I know we're a bit long on this one, but as I always say, be positive, be yourself, and stay blessed. See you in the next episode.